Video shows a Russian Su-27 jet approaching an American MQ-9 Reaper drone, spraying fuel and blinding its camera, says the Pentagon, which released the footage Thursday. U.S. officials say either the same jet or another Russian fighter approached again, hitting the MQ-9's propeller, forcing Washington to bring down the drone in international waters.
It's not unusual for us to release imagery of unsafe, unprofessional incidents. We've done that in other situations. And so particularly in this case, given the reckless and dangerous behavior, and to demonstrate publicly what type of actions the Russians had taken, we felt that it was important to provide this imagery.
The U.S. said the drone, like this one, was flying in international airspace over the Black Sea off the coast of Ukraine, a claim Moscow disputes.
They totally ignored the fact that after the start of the special military operation, our military has declared certain areas of the Black Sea near the shore as areas with a limited access to any aerial vehicles.
Moscow also denied its aircraft clipped the drone's propeller and said it would try to retrieve the wreckage, warning it would react proportionately to any future U.S. provocations. The White House says it is aiming to de-escalate.
Clearly, we do not seek armed conflicts with Russia. We maintain direct lines of communication for reasons like this to minimize risk of escalation. But again, we do not seek armed conflict with Russia.
Intercepts between Russian and NATO aircraft off Ukraine's Black Sea coast are common, but the downing of the U.S. drone raised concerns of escalation between two nuclear superpowers already at odds over Ukraine.
The fact that we were operating probably a drone that was providing some kind of intel to support the Ukrainian war effort. Does that make us an indirect participant, a direct participant at that point? Very much a gray zone. And so I think both sides are really kind of in this gray zone here, and we're negotiating, frankly, through these kinds of incidents, what the limits are around what the Russians will find acceptable and what they're actually willing to push back on.
Grieco said Russian forces have used coercive signaling in various conflict zones, including Ukraine and Syria. However, the Kremlin appears reluctant to trigger NATO's principle of collective defense. Meanwhile, President Joe Biden has repeatedly vowed not to commit U.S. forces to direct conflict with Russia. Patsy Widakuswara, VOA News, Washington.